Welcome to another live. The last time we were having this live, I think it was on Wednesday, and we were talking about, we left on the page where we were talking about how to make money. And this is something that so many people always have an issue, especially if you're a beginner, how to make money through your content, either on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. How exactly can you be able to make money and be able to grow and monetize your skills, your content? So just I'll be elaborating on exactly where I left on. The last time I was talking about, if you're a beginner, if you're someone who wants to be, you're just beginning your content creation journey, the first place I'll really recommend you to get started on, it's through affiliate marketing. So simply, affiliate marketing is simply you just promoting a product. So let's say you create content about lifestyle, and this hat is something that maybe you can affiliate it on. You can tell people, if you're interested in my outfit, if you're interested in the hat that I wear today, you can get a link to it on Amazon. That is how you actually sell using affiliate marketing. Okay. And so many people, especially if you're a beginner, affiliate marketing is the best place to get started on, and it's beginner friendly. Not so many people not so the requirements are not a lot, so that is a good way to get started if you're a beginner in affiliate marketing. The second thing is selling digital products. Now this one is a big one for me. And I say it's a big one because so many people actually can relate to this. If you're a beginner, creating a product can be such a hard thing because you don't even understand what digital products you need to create and sell. You're not sure where to actually create this digital product and sell. And another thing is, you don't even know if your audience will be interested with this. So that's something that so many beginners actually go through. Hi, thank you for joining my live. Just say hi, I'll really appreciate. Okay, so if you're a beginner selling digital products, one thing I recommend you to do is, number one is you need to understand your content. The content you're creating, you cannot be selling recipe books or ebooks and you're creating content to do with education, to do with farming or things like that. So you really need to understand your content first thing before even going ahead to create. So you need to understand your content. My content is related on education, so I teach women, I teach young moms, I teach young girls, I teach business people. If you can be able to understand your content, then it can direct you to the second step, which is actually creating the product. So for any beginner who is beginning, creating products can be a bit hard, So you're not sure if I should do ebook, sure if I should do templates, you're not sure what exactly you can actually create and sell that people can be interested with. So what I normally say is, if you're just a beginner, start with the simple things. The number one thing you need to start with is start selling freebie, start giving out freebies. So for someone who doesn't know what a freebie is, hi Arista, yeah. I hope I've pronounced your name right. Okay. So for someone who is beginning and you're not sure, start by giving out freebies. The reason to why you need to give out freebies, it's for you to be able to understand your audience. You can be able to know, okay, so where are you watching me from? You can be able to understand your audience in the right way. You can be able to know exactly, when you give out freebies, you can be able to know what exactly is going and what is not going. So you can create a freebie for an ebook. You can create a freebie for a template, something simple and something maybe that people have been asking you about in a shallow way. Don't give all the details, like don't give all the details in your industry. Just give a shallow description on freebies. And where do you create these things? Because so many people are like, I don't know where to get started. First of all, Canva. Canva is a great platform, and you don't need to be a guru for you to be able to create anything on Canva. The first time I went on Canva to create something, it took me less than 30 minutes, and it was a YouTube thumbnail that I was creating. So it will literally take you few seconds. You don't have to be a graphic designer. You don't need to know everything about designing. You just need to be able to put yourself into Canva and just navigate through, and you'll be able to know exactly what to create. So go to Canva. If you want to create a template, go to Canva, write templates, search for templates, and you'll get as many templates as you want. If it's an ebook, create one. Oh, I'm talking about, for those who are reaching out right now, I'm talking about ways in which you can monetize. If you can be able to monetize your skills here on the online space, either on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, because that is mostly what my content relates to. I like to talk about making money on the online space. I like to talk about financial investments. So those are the things I'm talking about. And I was saying that if you want to get started as a beginner, the first thing is you can get started through affiliate marketing. If you're just a beginner creating content on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, and then the second one is digital marketing, the one now I'm explaining how you get started. And so many people, when they get started with digital marketing, it always is an issue for them. Yeah, Amazon also is a great platform, especially if you want to create, I don't know, digital planners, you want to write ebooks. It's a great platform, yeah, to get started with. I also have created digital planners on Amazon, but most of them have flopped. I've not even been able to make any sales. No, it works. It works in Africa. It actually works. And you can also sell. You can also be able to, people can actually buy, and it can be transferred to them. So it works in Africa. It's a global company. Yeah, at times it's so hard, especially trying to, if you're trying to create to sell, to make sales with Amazon, it can be a bit hard. And then the rates you're paid also, they're not, they don't give you the motivation to actually continue selling with them. So that's why I normally feel at times, no. That's why I'm selling digital products in other places and not Amazon. Thank you so much. So like saying, if you're a beginner, you want to start creating digital products and you're not sure where to get started at, please go to Canva. It's a free platform. Go search them out, then go and start creating. If you're a beginner and you're not sure what your audience wants, create freebies, things like a free ebook, a free template, and it should be very simple. Don't complicate it. Don't put a lot of details on it, because people will take all the information and you'll have nothing to sell to them. So make sure whatever you are putting on the freebie, it's not a lot, but it's also enough to make them want to buy. Yeah. So the third thing is, you need to be able to know where are you going to sell your digital products on. Like, where are you hosting your digital products? Where are you hosting your digital products on? Because so many people, you create a digital product and you're not sure, now, how do I navigate this? I want to start selling to as many people. And the reason to why digital product is a passive income, it's because someone can buy at 12 a.m. when you're sleeping, at 3 a.m. So you don't have to be there when someone is buying. Then you have to go at, you have to stop everything you're doing to start sending it to them. No, you need to find a platform that can actually work for you and make it easier for you to just, when people buy the product, the money is sent to you directly and everything. And there's so many platforms. But the ones for those people who like free stuffs, those people who just want to get free stuffs, I will always recommend you to get started with Seller. SELAR. Seller is a good one. Gumroad. Gumroad is also good, but I think it works well for people who are not in Africa. Yeah. Another one that also works well is what is it called? I use VENDBLUE. I use Seller and VENDBLUE. Those mostly work for people who are in Africa. Like, people can be able to buy, even someone who is in the US, UK, they can be able to buy from you. And you don't need to pay any subscriptions if you're getting started with them, because we love the free thing. Yeah. So anything that you don't have to pay for any subscription, it's what we want. And that's why you can get started with as a beginner and navigate through. And why I normally tell people to get started with selling digital products is because maybe for starters, when you're beginning, you not get a lot of sales. But the more you grow your audience, the more you create content, the more you push them to actually buy the products, you see. So you find someone has created a digital product, but they're not promoting it. So what is the use for you creating that product? For you to be able to make those sales, you need to actually promote that product. And promoting that product means you creating content. So to some extent, it's not passive per se. It's just passive because you don't have to be creating it over and over, or having to, like, deal with inventories and everything. But the good thing is you can be able to, the bad side to it is maybe you are required to be creating content and pushing people to it. But the good thing is you're making money literally in times where when other people are sleeping. Because recently I made a sale at around 12 a.m. So I was asleep when someone was buying my digital product. This is to mean that people are actually watching your videos even when the times you're not there. And when you push them to buy the product, they will buy and you'll make an extra income. So digital products will always be my number two, and affiliate marketing will be number one because it's easier to get started. Literally, when you don't know a lot about creating anything, so you just need to go and get links and then promote the product. But digital products will always be my number two. But my number one, if you are pro in creating content. No, sitetemeki na nini, najaribu explain. Okay, you're making me speak in Kiswahili and you're literally speaking to international people, Guy J. So what I'm trying to say, what was I saying before you interrupted? Sitetemeki, sawa. That's how I am. Nikki, when I try to explain something, I just find myself moving things, my hands mostly. That's who I am. Anyway, the other thing that I was talking about, the other way you can be able to make an extra income is through sponsorships. So sponsorships, mostly when brands reach out to you, and this one mostly happens. Okay, people think that you need to have a huge following for you to be able to get brands to work with you. I used to think that way until I got my first brand approaching me with 200 subscribers. That's when I knew, so you don't need to have 1,000 subscribers. And that was on YouTube. You don't need to have 1,000 subscribers for you to actually attract a brand. What you actually need to do is, number one, is you need to understand your audience. You need to know who exactly are you talking to. Because you see, when these brands are reaching out to you, they're reaching out to you not because they love you. They're reaching out to you because they need something that you have, which is your audience, the attention and the engagement that your audience brings to your channel. So buying a brand, which is you. That is one thing I understood about brands reaching out to you. And for brands to reach out to you is you being able to structure yourself in the sense that they can understand, you can understand your audience. Like maybe you're a lady, speak to women, you speak to single moms, you speak that you understood your audience. They know that this person has actually the people we are in need of. So regardless of you having 200, 100, 500, they will reach out to you. Okay. The second thing is engage. Like, how are people engaging with your videos? Are people liking your videos? Are people commenting on your videos? And that is why you need to be pushing people to like your videos, to comment on your videos, because this engagement actually makes them realize, okay, you are someone you can actually work with, because whatever you will tell your audience to do, they can reach out and actually do it. So that is why they reach out to you. You can find someone with a lot of subscribers, but the engagement is so low, the views are so low. Maybe they just created a video that went viral, people liked the video, but after that there was no engagement, there was nothing. So people, I don't think we are interested with whatever you're creating. And that is why you can find someone with 100 subscribers, but they have never been reached out to a brand. And I'm not saying that I work to them, no. We didn't work because I think there are some issues in terms of the rates. They felt like I was a bit too high. Maybe that's why they didn't work with me. But it was a confirmation to me that, hey, you don't need 1,000 subscribers. You don't need 10,000. Or create content that resonates with them, and the audience you have, they it's their target market. And also, for you to be able to cause this brand, because I came to understand, I came to understand through one of the content I created, one video I created. I was just talking about, I think I was talking about an AI platform that helps you to create short videos and everything in an instant. So I talked about that company, and because that company a competitor to them, that's why they reached out to me. So they reached out because they saw me talking about a certain company which is a competitor to them. This is to mean when you want to work with brands, you need to be intentional. Like, you need to start putting yourself out there. And if you want to, let's say you want to work with Unilever, you need to start talking about maybe Nivea. Is Nivea under Unilever? You need to start talking about Nivea. You need to start talking about this. You need to make sure that they are seeing you talking about them. In their mind, maybe another competitor will be like, so she's working with this company, we can approach her also, we can work with her. So give them a reason to want to work with you, okay? By choosing, the company doesn't to have paid you. It's just maybe you like the fact that you have been using their services or their products, and you feel it's something you want to start working with. Just reach out and start creating content about it, and then you'll find the company which is a competitor, or the company itself will reach out to you. Yeah. For the AdSense, for the YouTube, Google ads and all this, I'm not talking about it because I think everybody knows. That is something that is so open, so I'm not going to talk so much about it. The only thing I wanted to talk about is the ones that maybe if you're not yet monetized, how can you be able to make money and everything. And since I like to talk about making money, I cannot forget how to be able to be financially stable, because it's one thing to make money and it's another thing to be able to save this money and invest this money. And today I wanted to talk about emergency. Hi DDS. I don't understand your second message. So I'm talking about emergency funds. If you've been watching my videos recently, by the way, if you have not subscribed and you're watching me right now, please subscribe. Please watch my videos. Okay? Yeah, I'll really appreciate. Thank you. Hi, how are you? Where are you from? And Jay, by the way, ulijua mean in Kenya. Like, is it so obvious? Um, Thank you. So where are you from? Yeah, I wanted to talk about emergency funds, and this is a very hard topic for me because so many Tanzania. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Tanzania, they are our brothers, our sisters. I don't know. Yeah, I was talking about emergency fund, and seriously? Oh, from Kenya. Jirani is in. So Jirani, you literally are shocking me. Like, unaishi karibu na mimi ama? Just because Kenya na Tanzania. It's a shock because most of my neighbors don't know I'm a content creator. People don't even mind. Everybody is doing that thing. So today I wanted to talk about emergency fund. For my Kenyan and Tanzanians, I don't know what emergency fund in Swahili is. Pesa ya kukuokolea ile time umekaukiwa. Maybe. Yeah. So emergency funds, most of us, let me say most of the young people, but most of us, we do not have emergency funds. And this is because most of us have not been educated about it. Yeah, niko poa. Most of us have not been educated about it, simply because maybe our school, our education systems have allowed us to be taught. The last thing I can remember learning in school about money was to do with business, and it was just, I think it was accounts and balancing. Yeah, and it never even helped me. Okay, it helped me a bit because I create what do we call monthly planners. By the way, if you are someone who is struggling with your monthly budget, you're someone who always, you find money, you make money, but you cannot account it. Like, you find yourself paying rent, everything, and before you know it, you have nothing in your pocket. You can get yourself a monthly budget planner. It will help you. It will help you to understand where your money goes in terms of, it's a done for you template, it's a Google Sheet template. You can be able to understand things like where how much is your rent, how much did you pay for your rent in the month of January, everything. Where do you put your savings? Where do you put your investments? Where do you put your emergency funds and all this? And even if you have debts to pay, debts. If you have debts to pay, it also has um, that section where you can be able to place all this. And at the end of the month, you can be able to account for your money. Like, if you're earning 30,000 Kenyan shillings, you know that at the end of the month, I have put all this aside. This is how much I'm remaining with. That's a good way for you to be able to start knowing where your money is going and knowing how to manage your finances by having a monthly budget. But okay, yeah. So I was talking about an emergency fund. So for someone who has never had an emergency fund and you're like, what is that you're talking about? An emergency fund is simply the money you put aside that can help you in case you lose a job. So many of us, you wake up one day and your boss is telling you, you know what? You're not needed anymore in the company. We have replaced you, blah, blah, blah. You lose your job. Or you just find yourself, you're sick. Like, there's a sickness, an illness has gotten into your body and you cannot, for 3 months, for 6 months, you cannot move. You cannot be able to do anything. No, like, these are things that you cannot avoid. These are things that you don't know when they're coming, because they never tell you when they're coming. Losing your job, something that many people never know. Like, you just wake up and you're being told you're not needed. So what do? You're used to getting this money. You're used to paying rent. You're used to doing things for your house, kids. Where do you get started from? That is where an emergency comes in. And that is if you have been saving for the past few years that you are actually employed or in your business, you know. So that's why I like to talk about emergency funds a lot of time. Not because I'm perfect, but because I have started this journey. And because I've started this journey, I would like to other people in this journey with me. Okay? So, like I have told you, before you even you get a figure to doing that this is the amount of money I need to save as my emergency fund, you need to be able to have calculated your money expenses. That's why I was telling you, you need to have a budget planner. You know your expenses. I spent around 30,000. That is Kenyan shillings. I'm talking about Kenyan shillings. Maybe you can convert it in your currency. And when you have to understand how much you make or how much you need in on a monthly basis, it will help you to be able to get started in now saving for your emergency fund. So let me give you a good example. If you're in Kenya, you're earning 50,000. Yearly expense is around 50,000. 50,000 Kenyan shillings. I don't know how much that is in dollars. Maybe $500. Yeah. So you're earning 50,000. No, it's less. It's less than 500. Yeah, it's less. Maybe it's 400 or 350 there. You're earning 50,000. Your monthly expense, not your earning. Your monthly expense is $50,000. What? Not dollars. 50,000 Kenyan shillings, yeah? Now that you have sat down, you have done your calculation, you know that 50,000 is what I use on a monthly basis in my house to pay rent, to buy groceries, to pay utilities, maybe to put aside things to do with, maybe you're paying for a phone, because so many people actually take phones and they pay on a monthly basis. Maybe there's another savings that you're in, chamas, SACCOs, whatever it is that you're in. Maybe there's an investment you have ventured in. All this, when you actually put them together, you find that you're using 50,000 Kenyan shillings. This is the monthly expense that you now need to be working with. So after you have understood that 50,000 is the money I need on a monthly basis for me to survive, now you calculate 50,000 times 3. It will give you 150,000. So for the next 3 months, you need to have 150,000 for you to be able to, in case you lose a job, 150,000 can sustain you for 3 months. So that is what an emergency fund. But what most people actually don't understand is, when you are saving for an emergency fund, number one, you don't need any pressure whatsoever. Like, you don't need the pressure because I'm using 50,000. That means by the time the next month is coming, I need to have saved that 50,000. No, that is where you go wrong. You need to give yourself time. First of all, you need to give yourself a period. Tell yourself, for the next 3 months, I'm going to be saving up for my first month emergency fund, which is 50,000 case. Or you can even give yourself 4 or 6, depending with how much you can be able to be putting aside on a monthly basis for you to reach your monthly budget expenses. Okay, that is the first thing. The second thing is, you need to be strict with that money. You see, the problem is, someone starts to save for an emergency, the same money to buy stuff that they don't need. That saving Like, that is not the saving that in case you see something, you go and take and buy. No, this is that needs to save you in case you lose a job, or in case you get sick, or in case your business does not bring in the income that it needs to sustain you in your house for the next 1 month or for the next 3 months. Okay, that is the first thing. So you need to be very strict with this money. Like, for me to take this money out, it needs to be an emergency. And what is that emergency? I have lost my job. I have my business has not brought in the money I need for this month, so I don't want to go borrowing people. I'll take this money and pay the things I need to pay in my home. Or I have been sick for the last 1 month. I have not been able to go to work, so I'm paid. Yeah, you need to be able to be very strict to that money when you're saving for it, because if you don't put this, these rules for yourself, you'll not be able to see the outcome. You'll not be able to see the money you need to see. Another thing is you to, what do we call it? I'm forgetting the name. You need to save it in a money market fund. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You're not saving this money on, like, in a bank account. You're not saving this money in places like where some people place their money in their houses. No, you're saving this money in a place that will bring you return. Yeah, let me take my lunch because I was eating. You're saving this money in a place that will bring you return. And number two, you're saving this money in a place that has low risk of you losing it. Yeah, and one of the best places to be able to save this money is on a money market fund. You see, you put your money aside on a money market fund. When you can be able to save this money on a money market fund, it is way easier because it will bring you an interest either on an annual basis or not even annual, because money market funds, they will give you on a monthly basis. There's a return, there's like a percentage you get on a monthly basis. Yeah, so it's a good return and it's a good place to get started in saving for emergency fund. I've been talking for 30 minutes. Well, let me eat fast. You see, the problem is when someone starts saving for an emergency fund, you forget that this is the money that needs to save you in case of an emergency. You start putting other things that are not related, like other things that are not related to this money, you start investing in them. Let's say an example, your mom or your dad calls you and they're like, this month I don't have this money, can you send me? Let's be honest, that is not the money that needs to save them. I'm not being cruel, I'm not being harsh, it's just the truth. Your emergency fund, it's not it's not to save them, it's to save you. So if you can be able to set aside another fund, like a sinking fund, fund, if you want to upgrade things in your home, or let's say something like, yeah, you want to upgrade things, you want to upgrade your phone, set aside some amount of money. Set aside an account where you can be able to save this money, so you don't have an emergency fund to do other stuffs that are not related in your emergency fund. I'm very passionate about emergency funds because I have ever been in that situation of you have lost a job, you don't have any resources coming in, you need to now start calling people to help you. And let me tell you, that is the worst place you can be. Because the moment you're desperate, the moment you don't have money, or you're not adding any value to people, people will just cut you off. People they'll not be interested with whatever you have to say. They'll not be interested in even being next to you because you are a baggage to them. And I told myself I do not want to ever find myself in that situation ever again. Especially if you're a lady. I like to speak to women mostly. And you have kids. And you are at least financially stable in this period of time. You have a bit of money. Even if your spouse cannot be able to save with you, start saving on your own. Let them find you on the road. If they'll have to join you, let them join you. If they won't join you, it's okay. At the end of the day, this money will help you and save the both of you, or maybe you on your own, depending on your plans. But what I'm trying to say is you do not want to ever find yourself in that situation. No, you don't want to find yourself in that place. Whew. It's lunchtime at our place. It's what time? It's 2. It's 2 p.m. So I'm having my lunch. Don't mind if you see me eating. It's because it's lunchtime at our place. So, like I was saying, you can just comment here if you are watching me for the first time. I'd love to know where you're watching me from. If you're finding any value in whatever I'm creating, in whatever I'm talking about here. And yeah, if you have any questions when it comes to emergency funds, if you have any question when it comes to how to monetize your skills, how to monetize on social media, you can speak here. Especially for those people who are creating content. If you're a content creator, a freelancer, I feel like most of content creators or freelancers, when you get a lot of money, you forget like there'll never be a tomorrow. Like people like to spend all of it and forget that tomorrow is another day. They'll need this money, have bills to pay. So you find yourself upgrading or doing things or buying things that you're not in need of. Instead of misusing that money, take that money and spend it on other stuff like investing, like saving. Today I just want to talk about emergency fund. On Monday, for those who are watching, on Monday I'll be talking about pension, retirement funds, that is. So as young as we are, one day we'll grow old. So you need to start saving for your pension again. These are not topics that so many people like. So many people are not always interested in things like this. But this is the honest truth. We know how to make money. But if you do not know how to manage that money and how to make that money grow, you'll always be in the same cycle of just making money, eating the money, and then you don't have anywhere to account for. You have nothing to account for. In case you lose whatever you have right now, that's where you'll be. And that is the saddest place you want to be. That's why I create content like this. No, they're not fake. People always ask me this question. They're not fake, they're real. They're real plants, and my husband deals with landscaping, so he's the one who mostly deals with the indoor plants, out kitchen garden, all these things. So for someone who can be interested with home gardening, you have a space, you need home garden, kitchen garden, you need you have a landscaping job that you need someone to help you. You can do that. Okay, there are some which are outside. I can actually see them right now because I'm seated next to my window. But there are also plants that are inside plants. Indoor, not inside, indoor plants. Yeah. It's just how you maintain them. No, there are no ants. Like I said, it's how you maintain them, and also the soil you're using, I guess. I'm not a plant person. My husband deals with that. But I've never experienced any ants or anything in my house. Yeah. How many? Like, if I give you an angle, I mean, yeah. I was talking about what? Yeah, I was talking about content creators, and like the moment you get money, you get a gig, or you're paid here on YouTube or anywhere, how you make your money here on the online space. It's good also to know how to invest. It's good to also know how to, yes, I'm in Kenya. Where are you from? It's good to also know how to invest your money and how to not find yourself in situations that you have to start calling and begging people for money. Yeah, it's really frustrating. So make sure you know how to plan your. Oh, from South Africa. Hi. That's good. So I was talking about having an emergency fund and how to be able to start growing your emergency fund. And so many people think that you need a lot of money to get started. The biggest step you can make when it comes to saving for emergency fund is just by starting with whatever you have. Giving yourself a period, like for the next 6 months, because now we are headed to the 6th month. No, we are in the 6th month. We're remaining with another 6 months toward the end of the year. If you start your journey to saving your first emergency fund for the first month, depending on how big your budget is. So you can start by saving for your first month. And this can simply mean you putting aside, okay, let me use the currency that most of us understand, the dollar. So let me try and calculate. So let's say your monthly budget is 100,000 Kenya shillings. That is around $1,000. So what do you actually need to place aside for you to be to reach the, for the next 6 months I can be able to have raised $1,000? You need to sit down and understand, how much do I need to be placing aside? Is it something I can be able to reach, or can I exceed that? If you can be able to answer these questions, then you can know, okay, I don't need 6 months to save for just my first month emergency fund. Maybe I need 3 months, or maybe I need more, okay? But you need to have an emergency fund. Regardless if you are employed, if you're self-employed, you need to start, because anything happens. I don't know if you've ever found yourself in situations or you have ever seen people, something has happened. Hi, Reddy. You find yourself maybe where you live, fire has just started and everything has gone down to ashes. Now you have to start depending on people, in the sense that maybe you didn't have any savings, but you have kept aside money for things like an emergency fund. That is when, in as much as you have lost things, but you're like, okay, I'm a bit confident, I have some money somewhere saved up, I can just go withdraw it and get started with my life somewhere else. Yeah? That's why I recommend that, having an emergency fund and being able to start as early as possible. Yeah. Like I said, next week, Monday, I'll be talking about pension, retirement, why young people we need to be doing this, because black tax is killing a lot of people, not necessarily killing them physically. No, it is just draining them. Draining them in the sense that you cannot even be able to grow, you cannot be able to make any step because your parents, your siblings, like everybody in your family is dependent on you because you have the money. You have started making money. Hello. Hello, Roland. Hi. For everyone who's watching, who has joined me right now. Hi. I really would love to know where you're watching me from. If you just tell me a hi, I'll appreciate. If you can go and subscribe, I'll also appreciate. Any plans for more children? What? Where did this question come from? Which children? How many do you know? You're telling me any plans for more children. How many of them do you know? That's a very personal question. What? I'm so shocked because I've never even created content here about my kids. One thing I like to do is I like to put my kids and my family, not just my kids, my family in general, my sisters, my siblings, everybody, I like to put them off social media because social media can be such a cruel place, especially when you don't get the right people. Not everybody has good intentions. Some people are just, they're trying to venge out their anger. So when they see something, and they see you posting maybe your kids, your husband, yourself, body shaming, it's a lot. That's why I don't like to put such stuff. Yeah. And so I've given myself a period of 1 hour just be on the online space because I need to go to my salon. I own a salon. Apart from yapping here on the online space, creating content here, I also have a salon. And I don't know why I thought about this. It's because you see, I used to work more at home. So I'm either writing blogs, I'm editing videos, I'm doing what? I'm shooting content, YouTube content, and I was like, no, this thing is consuming me. I don't even have to go outside. So that's why I decided to start that salon. Mainly not because I need money from it, but yeah, I need an extra income from it. But the main reason was because I wanted to have space. I wanted to have, is it space or a reason to go out? I wanted a reason to go out. What have I hanged or something? What? Is my network that bad? Let me check out something. I think I've hanged, and I don't know why. I don't know. I think I've hanged. Can someone tell me if if on your side it's okay? Because on my screen I feel like I have hanged. I'm not sure. Just a minute. On items, I feel like I've hanged. I'm not sure. If you're watching, please can you just tell me if I'm on so that I know I'm not talking to myself here. Okay, I'm back. I was having issues with my network, but I'm back. Oh my god, I can't remember what I was talking about. What? Oh yeah. I was talking about the online space and why it's very crucial at times to be private because not everything you need to place it on the online space. At times, the things you place can actually, they can do what? They can harm you in future or the people you love. So that's why I normally don't place everything in the online space. Yeah. I was saying next week we'll be talking, next week on Monday. I'll be live on Monday next week from 12, 12:30 or from 1, depending on the time. So it's either 1 or 2, almost 1 hour or so, depending on how conversation will be. And we'll be talking about pension. I've just put a poll down here. You can just vote so they know. And if possible, please leave a comment on exactly what you'll be expecting us to be talking about, that to be expecting what you need me to be about in terms of retirement and black tax on Monday. Then after Monday, on Wednesday, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll be live because one, my kids will be on half term. Number two, Kenya will be having issues. Yeah, so I'm not sure about. We think we'll be having maandamano, so I'm not sure if it will be quiet or if I'll be there. So I don't want to promise. Wednesday I'll not be there. Friday I don't think. Friday I don't know. Maybe not. I'll communicate. Yeah. So what else are we talking about? Emergency. What is that country? I'm not sure. I can see the flag, but I'm not sure. Please share the name. I'll really appreciate. I'm having lemon. Why does it feel like there's no network here? I'm having issues with my network. And I don't know why. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys can get me, but it's just that I'm having issues with my network. I don't know why. What's happening? Oh my God. My phone has just like stagnated in one place. So I'm not sure if someone is actually, if there's anything going on. Let me try and reconnect it to my laptop and see if it can work there. Because I'm having issues with it. Guys, I'm having issues with my phone. My network is really bad and I don't know why. I'm having issues. I don't understand what is happening. Everything is just a blunt for me. If you can get me, if you're seeing me clearly, just tell me so that I can know. Because on my side, I think like I'm not even sure what is happening. So that's why I can't even talk, because I don't know if you guys are getting me or the internet is just not. I'm trying to stream it on my laptop. It's the same thing. Same thing, same thing. Is anything even happening? I really want to know so that I can know if I should continue or not. Let me try and look at my other channel. What? No. For anyone who's watching, I really appreciate if you told me if it's working. Oh my God. I don't even understand what's happening. Is it blank? I don't even know what's happening. Hey guys, if you can just see me, please tell me. I'm live, but I'm not sure if anything is happening. Because on my side, it feels like I'm hanging. And I don't know how to navigate. I think my network is the issue. Should I leave? Should I end it? I wanted to talk about. I don't want to end it because I still wanted to touch on some stuff. So, oh my God, what do I do? Is that way you can restart? Oh my God, what is happening? Oh my God. Is it actually, are you guys seeing me? Because what is happening? I cannot, my screen is literally where it was. I've hanged, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what to do. Oh my God. What options do I have? For anyone who wants to be able to understand their what, their, for someone who wants to understand their monthly budget, you want to be able to know where your money goes and how you actually use your money, where your money goes, that is. You can get yourself a monthly budget planner, or if you're into business and you you have a small business and you're not sure where your money goes again, you can get yourself a budget planner, a business budget planner, on the descriptions in any of my videos, either on this one or any other, and get yourself started. Okay, thank you very much for those who are commenting. It's just that I'm having issues with my network, but let me try and work on it. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear me. That's my issue, because on my side I've hanged, so I don't know what's happening, but I hope, for those who can hear me, please just tell me. I'm trying to connect with my laptop to see if I can go live with my laptop, because I've never gone live with my laptop anyway. Yeah. Thank you for the new viewers. Should I call new viewers? I'm used to saying new subscribers until it's so awkward to say new viewers. But I don't know why. I'm having issues with my internet. That is where the issue is. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. I really appreciate. If you're joining me for the first time, you have not subscribed, you have not watched any of my videos, I talk about making money on the online space, ways you can be able to make money from your home, ways you can be able to make money as a beginner in content creation, because that is exactly where I started from, and that is exactly what I like to teach people. Yeah. Please, someone tell me, am I actually visible? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Because I'm having issues with my network, and I'm not sure if you guys can see me or if you guys can hear me, so that's why I'd love to know. I'm trying to connect with my laptop, but I'm not sure. So let me just hear from you guys. and I'll appreciate. Oh my God, what is wrong with my network? Should I switch my phone off? What are some of the ways that you guys are making money on the online space? If you can share with me down here, I'll appreciate, because so many people want to learn, you know. You can't just learn from one person. So if you can share, we'll really love to know how you make your money on the online space, so that we other and be able to draw knowledge and wisdom from each other. Yeah. So yeah, I'm having issues with my network, but let me work on it and then I'll tell you if I'm on. I don't want to switch it off, but then again, I'm not sure what I should do with it. Okay. It's giving me a hell of a problem. Maybe I should end the live and then start again. I don't know. What do you do in such a scenario?